Welcome to another edition of Beer Bros and BS. I'm Dave, the Big Librarian. Tonight, sitting around the table are
JJ, the Metal Chef.
Jose.
Tony.
And Dan.
As always, we have a bunch of great, delicious beer that we're going to be drinking tonight throughout the show. What do you have here tonight, guys?
Well, first we've got the brand new Oscar Blues IPA.
Yeah, and I've got here the Distill Brewery Wild Sour Series Lynbrook.
I have Devil Dancer by Founders Brewing.
Ninkasi Brewing, Dawn of the Red.
Unibrew Brewing, Grand Reserve, number 17.
And so we're going to start with Tony's beer tonight. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so the first beer is Oscar Blues IPA. It's they've got a number of IPAs out already. They're known for their Goodnight, their Gubna, Deviant Dales, to name a few. But this one is brand new, and they're just calling it the IPA. And this one is made with a variety of Australian hops, including Enigma, Victoria's Secret, Ella, and Topaz. And this is one of the first U.S. Production beers to use the brand new Enigma hop, which is said to impart a flavor of white wine and red berries. And it clocks in at 6.43 ABV.
You can definitely taste the white wininess to it and the berries.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you can smell it too, actually.
Although, out of all the Australian
nose.
hops, no Galaxy.
Not in this one.
I'm just more interested in hearing more about that Victoria's Secret hop.
I bet you are.
I'm sure I could find it in a catalog somewhere, maybe.
Exactly.
It's weird. It's so good, but it's so tasty, but it leaves me with questions, and I can't figure it out. It's like it's an enigma.
It's like it's a secret.
Riddle me this,
Victoria's
Batman.
Secret.
Yeah, I have to say you get a lot of different flavors from all the different hops. You get some pineapple, some stone fruit, I think.
Wait, there are apples with pine in them now?
Don't start with this.
No. It starts now. It begins now.
Yeah, like definitely a lot of citrusy flavors. I dig it a lot.
Yeah, man, it's really good. A little lighter flavor than I was expecting for the ABV that it has, too. It's pretty refreshing.
Yeah, exactly. It almost reminds me of like a session IPA because it's hiding the ABV so well. It's fantastic. I love this beer.
Yeah, definitely like compared to some of the other Oscar Blues IPAs, which are really dank hops and really like in your face hoppy bitterness. This one is a nice change for them. So I dig it a lot.
Yeah, man, very nice.
It's really the one thing that gets me about this beer is it is very light.
Mm-hmm.
Its appearance. And
Oh yeah,
it looks more akin to a wine than beer, in my opinion.
Most impressive.
I was going to ask, isn't Oscar Blues from Colorado?
North Carolina, I believe.
Yeah, so they started out in Colorado.
Okay, because I see in the can it says North Carolina.
Yeah, and they've opened up another like big facility in North Carolina
Okay, so they
to
have
serve
both.
the East Coast states.
Oh, that's
Nice.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, they
So-
originally they wanted to they chose North Carolina because they could take off their shirt and they could twist it around the air like a helicopter.
P.D. Pablo
Carolina.
references, everybody. P.D. Pablo.
Oh, I get it now.
I do remember this.
song.
Better than a T-Pain tonight for kickoff. Woo.
Without auto-tune, not so great.
Oh, that was bad. You can have them, Patriots.
I like T-Pain.
He should have just done.
He was bad in that opening.
He should have just done a mic check in the middle.
Oh, man.
Okay, so JJ, what topic you have for us tonight?
Right. So a little bit earlier this week, or probably towards the tail end of last week, Mr. Steven Spielberg had an interesting comment about the superhero genre of movies that are coming out nonstop for the next 5 years. And he said that he predicts that they're going the way of the Western, that the genre will die. So, what do you guys think of Mr. Spielberg's thoughts that superhero movies are going the way of the Western?
What experience does he have in this subject matter? How many superhero movies has he made? How many Western movies has he made?
Well, he made Indiana Jones. He's kind of like a superhero.
What's his superpower? If he would have continued to drink from the cup of Christ, he would have lived forever, and that would have been his power. But he did not. He lost the cup because of the Nazis.
The ability to never
Also-
lose his hat.
Is that ability, or is that just luck?
It's a superpower.
Technically, E.T.'s the only.
His
most
maybe
close to
maybe he has
superpower, I
psychic
guess.
abilities. The fact that he could make everyone call him Indiana after his dog
There's a magic whip.
when his name is Junior. Well, it wasn't a magic whip because he shot the guy in the first movie with the scimitars.
Junior.
I don't know. It's fine for him to say that. The other thing I want to know is what was his last big hit?
I don't know. I would have to look that up.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So it would, I'm sure, wouldn't be possible that he'd be upset from
Yeah.
that these movies are putting him out of business by hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars,
Yeah.
outgrossing anything that he puts out because
Oh, I know what's the last thing he did. Didn't he do Tomorrowland? Or was he just another executive producer?
That
again?
wasn't.
The last movie that he directed was Lincoln in 2012 with Daniel Day-Lewis as
Oh, yeah. Okay.
the title character.
was that supposed to be a good movie or something?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, yeah, it was pretty good.
It was actually really good, yeah. Before that, he made a couple of actually like flops. War Horse, that was not very big in my, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't remember.
No, it didn't do
He
good.
did The Adventures of Tintin. Before that, it was the last Indiana Jones movie that was like pretty bad.
Yeah.
The Shia
Aliens.
Shia LaBeouf one that's best.
Do you
left
think that the alien
forget.
spaceship, is just E.T.'s spaceship? Just homage to E.T.?
Well,
Like the spaceship in Jaws that goes by in the sky.
in the don't forget in episode 1 Star Wars, you do see ET
Yeah,
aliens
the ET.
in the Senate. So
Oh, nice.
maybe.
Yeah.
And now that Star Wars and Marvel are under the Disney Studios head, they're not. Marvel Studios report to Marvel comics people, and then they report to Disney. Now it's Marvel's and Lucasfilm. Maybe now you might be able to see Guardians of the Galaxy maybe pop up in Star Wars in the cantina or something like that.
I can only hope. That would be amazing.
If Star-Lord and Han Solo like get in a fight, I would probably like shit my pants. It would be amazing.
I mean, they wouldn't get into a fight, but even if it was something like, he like Star-Lord bumped into him. Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry, old man. It's like, watch
Yeah.
your way.
that would
Watch
be
your way.
absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
Chewbacca like bumps into Groot, and they have an exchange of "I am Groot."
I am Groot. I am Groot.
and then Hodor just shows up too because
Yeah, why not?
Rocket Raccoon versus Yoda.
Ooh,
But then just getting back to what Spielberg was saying. I mean, I do think there will eventually be a tipping point for the comic book and / superhero movie. After a while, it'll just there will be a saturation. I think audiences will have had enough of them.
I don't know about that.
Dave, do you think it? Part of the reason I was thinking he might have brought this up, that Disney said that they were kind of disappointed how Age of Ultron did, which it made like over $1.5 billion. Like,
Well, I told you when we saw that, you thought I was joking when I said, yeah, I wasn't crazily impressed with the movie. It was a good movie. It was entertaining, but I wasn't impressed with it. It was fairly predictable.
right?
There were things that were done, but there was just a big change in the structure, like I just said, of Marvel Studios. And before they had to report to the people at Marvel Comics, and they had to report to Marvel Entertainment, and Marvel Entertainment had to report to Disney.
Yeah. Now
And-
Kevin Feige's in charge of it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
Yeah.
he was in charge of Marvel Studios before, but now he just reports directly to Disney's
right.
owner,
Instead
like
of that
Bob
other
Iger
person.
and everybody.
Right. Okay.
So, that was an issue that he almost, left in the middle of recording. What was it? Captain America: Civil War, and now that that's settled, Chris Evans, who's had said that after he's done with this Captain America after the Avengers film, that he's done, his contract's been fulfilled. He said he's willing to go back now and do more movies if Marvel wants him. Everyone's happy because they're now kind of free of those strings. The other thing is,
No pun intended.
The other
No
thing
strings on me.
is with westerns, they were really popular in the 50s or 60s. But imagine how if they might have been able to succeed longer if they had like a shared universe, any type of a that shared story. So you could have like imagine the apple dumpling gang with somehow relating to the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Lone Ranger.
Lone Ranger. Tonto appearing in that, popping up. That would be amazing, and it might have kept that genre going. Whereas now, people can't wait, and it's like the goosebumps you get when you say, "Oh my God, he made a like what was it in the first was it the first Thor? No, it was the second Thor film when Chris Evans appears as pops up as Loki. Spoilers. And he's like, "Look, do you want me to be as one of your new teammates?" And you're like, "Holy shit!
God
Chris
bless
Evans."
America.
That excitement that they know, and that's why they put those little cameos in there are what's going to push it further even more, and people are going to keep going back to see those.
Yeah. What was the last really big Western to come out? Unforgiven?
No, it was
maybe
310 to Yuma? Or?
what was that?
There was 310. There was the True Grit remake.
True Grit.
Oh, the True
Yeah,
Grit
that's
remake.
the one
And that was awesome.
Yeah, it
It
depends
was
what you
actually
mean
good.
by really big.
Yeah. Well, I mean, True Grit, the reboot that they did, that did really well.
Yeah, I think it was. I want to say the young girl actress was nominated for an Oscar, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about this? Best Western movie.
I thought you were talking about hotels. Oh man. Well, you know what? I mean, Quentin Tarantino's got a new one coming out called The Hateful Eight,
Well, Django.
and Django Unchained is sort of a western too. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not.
Wait, it's not pronounced Django?
No.
The
The D is silent.
What?
But the D does not make her silent.
My favorite Western is The Good, the Bad, the Ugly.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That one's awesome.
I haven't seen really too many of them, to be honest. So
You haven't seen that?
Jose?
I forgot the title, so
I'm surprised none of you said Tombstone.
but it's the one that it follows a daughter, like a teenager that wants to go over to her dad across the state, and then there's this cowboy that helps her go along, and
It's kind of like Avenged.
That is True Grit.
That's True
Yeah,
Grit.
that's True Grit.
Yeah.
The original or the remake?
no, the remake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably
I'm
my
surprised-
favorite is Back to the Future Part 3.
I'm really surprised no one said Tombstone. There's so many lines from that movie, like "I'll be your Huckleberry,"
Yeah, it's a fun one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
but I'd
This-
say mine was probably Young Guns.
Oh, wow, with Emilio Estevez? Wow.
With everybody, that's an ensemble cast there.
Yeah.
My experiences with westerns are limited to that and Hondo 3D with the blue and red cheapy glasses on VHS.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, if you want a good classic one, I mean, some of the John Wayne ones, obviously True Grit, the original with John Wayne, but Fistful of Dollars is fucking awesome. Yeah. Clint Eastwood fucking kicked ass being a cowboy.
Back then, yeah.
Yeah. Sucks now.
I still like them now.
Much better actor than director, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, he's done some decent movies,
Um,
like directing. $1 Million Baby was pretty decent.
if you want to kill yourself.
Okay, so before we go to the next person, we're actually on our second beer of the night.
That is right, yes. We are currently drinking Distill Brewing's Wild Sour Series. It's called Lindbrook. It's a raspberry Berliner Weiss in a can. It's a 3% ABV, since Berliner Weisses are typically lower alcohol. It's really, really sour. Comes out very pink. It has a nice citrusy, tarty kind of flavor. Honestly, as far as sours go, especially canned ones, it's probably one of my favorites that I've had ever.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. This reminds me of one of the Berliners that we actually had in Berlin. It's sweet. It's sweet. It's a different color. It's not like regular beer. Yet it is sour. Except I would say the ones we had actually in Berlin were a lot sweeter.
Yeah, well, they had the syrup.
They had the syrup, but this really reminds me that style.
I feel like it should be in a martini glass and served with a short straw.
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised to hear you say you get sweetness from it, because for me it's like just like tart raspberry. Like
Yeah, it's
whatever
that
that is.
tart for me.
Well, after if you kind of slosh it around your palate, I do pick up sweetness on that.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's a sweet and tart kind of.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's definitely tartness that makes you pucker up, but yeah, I definitely taste sweetness.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, it tastes like a sweet tart candy.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dead on. Like, I feel like, without chewing, it's like, whoop, it's the candy.
Yeah, it's really good, man. I like it a lot.
Yeah, you don't see many sours on a can.
Maybe we're
Well,
just
this
super
is true.
tasters. Which we might do that for another episode. I'm in the process of acquiring a kit for us. We can see if any of us are super tasters.
Interesting. Stay tuned, everybody. See
I
what
don't know.
happens.
I'm not sure if I want to know the answer, because what if we all just like have terrible palates and we're just like doing a crappy podcast?
Yeah,
You have a great palate for cum.
What the fuck, dude?
For gum, you said?
Yeah.
Let me clarify. You said GUM, right?
Jesus.
Oh,
Jesus. I mean, it was.
this is pretty deficient. Okay,
Semen.
so I guess
You're
you,
getting yourself into a sticky situation.
yeah, I guess you have the floor then, Jose.
Okay, so for today's news, what I brought is, have you seen the Apple Pen? The Apple Pen?
The pencil.
Apple
Yeah,
Pencil.
the pencil.
No, I'm not familiar with it.
So, yesterday they showcased, the new iOS 9 along with the iPad Pro, which is a complete ripoff of the Surface Pro, in my opinion. But they actually did improvements on it. For instance, like one of the things that was pretty neat about the pen is that you can actually use it to pressure. So based on the pressure, it'll gauge like how thick or thin your like the drawing would be on a digitized sheet on the application. And there's many other things that you can do with it. You can like use it like a crayon.
But
like
isn't that just also the screen, the type of glass that they're using? Because isn't that also that they use it in the Apple Watch and it's going to
they're
be
gonna use it also
in the new phones?
Yeah, on the new phone, they're also using the same glass, which is supposedly
They
more
call it like
resistant.
3D processor or something like that. They called it.
Yeah, they have a new processor, but my point is that there's this new pen. But when we saw personally, when I saw the price for this pen, I was like, no, it's
How much was it?
$99 each pen.
Damn.
That's ridiculous.
I'm just gonna say this: that the black pen that I have, I don't know where my pen is right now.
So you don't have it, do you?
No, it's it's here. Yeah, this
Alright.
pen right here that I use my daily pen. This was $40.
Damn.
Yeah, but it's from Germany. Lammy. It's a Lammy.
It's a lovely pen, sir.
Yeah, it writes great, but
Nice.
so $99 for a pen, I would totally spend that.
I think the whole point is for it's for like professionals that need to like use it for like art and drafting and stuff like that, right? Like you could still use your finger normally like a regular iPad, right?
Well, unless you want to have the awesome, cool drawings on your iPad Pro.
If you're really into draw something,
Well,
you wanna
the
have-
keyboard also costs $120, which is also ridiculous, but which is like, oh look, it's just like the Surface keyboard. Good job, Apple.
Yeah. I mean, something completely off topic from, it's on topic because you brought up the topic, but Hose, you really love the hand gestures. I mean, what was the stimulation movement that you were doing there for the thing? I mean, yeah, you're giving the podcast table a workout, buddy.
The podcast table is blushing right now.
It's redwood now.
Oh.
It was climaxing.
you didn't bring up the biggest news from Apple's event, which is that the new iOS is going to have the middle finger emoji,
Yes.
Pow!
the long overdue middle finger emoji.
It's about time.
That's the biggest incentive I've ever heard for anybody to get an iPhone.
So I can text you this.
You're number one.
Join
They're
us.
also adding a burrito emoji. Finally.
Reason number 2 to buy an iPhone.
Yeah.
So whatever you want, like Chipotle.
You can text.
Just text
Yeah,
your
you can
friend,
text.
burrito.
So we're finally gonna have the boobs emoji, so like I can just send that to you, and hey, strip club time.
I don't know if that one's going to be included, but really you can just do like the parentheses with the letter
Dots.
O in the middle.
Well, do they have like a thing where it looks like a stack of dollars, or a stack of money, and you could put that in between the two O's?
This one
I wouldn't know. I don't do any of that kind of stuff.
That's right.
This is a family show.
We're a wholesome bunch here at Beer Bros BS.
No, we're not.
Now Tony's blushing.
Kumbaya, my
Nonsense.
lord.
Yeah.
Give me a little guitar and a cowboy hat. I'll do it like Stone Cold.
Kumbaya. What?
So we're actually on our
beer number 3.
third beer of the night.
Only 3.
Yep, that would be me. That is the Dawn of the Red from Nankasi Brewing Company. This is 7%. It is an India-style red ale, and you're looking at like an orangey red type of color. A light head. I get a lot of sweetness, like fruit, like almost like mango in the beginning. And it's used with citra hops, so you get the citrus, so it kind of kills off the sweetness in the beginning with that citrusy flavor and the little bit of malt.
Yeah, it's well balanced.
Yeah, and nice moderate carbonation. Very good. What do you guys think?
It comes out lighter than I would have expected it to, like the way it appears, since it is a red.
Yeah, it's a very, like, it's an orangey light red.
Yeah, I was expecting more red, actually, like maybe what like a Killian's or something would have looked like, or Tokobaga from Scar City. But yeah, man, it's really good. I mean, I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, it's nice and crisp as well.
Indeed.
Love the grapefruit.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, it has
it's
that.
got the grapefruit.
Citra usually has that grapefruit flavor.
Yeah, I agree. It's very refreshing to have a couple of those on a hot day.
Yeah, it's because it's a red, it gives there's a little bit more of a underlying malt character too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as viscous as like an actual IPA, so it's
Yeah.
very nice.
And I kind of just got it based off of the label, and it's got the metal horns on there, and the play of the Dawn of the Dead, and I thought it was gonna be like blood red, so thus the name Dawn of the Red. So, but very good zombie beer. I approve. I give this 2 brains up.
And Ninkasi, brand new to South Florida, so it's
Yep.
cool to see them in the market.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Nikasi from Eugene, Oregon. No one's gonna bust into the Sublime song.
I was thinking about it.
Let
Eureka, California!
it burn, let it burn.
All right.
So, Tony, what do you have for us this week?
So what do I have for this week, Dave?
I don't know. What do you have?
Today it was announced that scientists have discovered a new human-like species in South Africa. I'm kind of going on the JJ Science path here. But yeah, so like in a deep cave in South Africa, scientists discovered 15 partial skeletons of a completely new human-like species that they've called Homo naledi. And they like one thing that's interesting about them is that that the fact that they found so many bodies in the one location, they believe that like this species actually like buried their dead. So and they're estimated to be like somewhere like a couple million years ago is when they lived. So that's like pretty fascinating that like even back then these human-like creatures were burying their dead, which is pretty cool. So it's so they have characteristics of like apes that lived 4 million years ago, as well as like Homo sapiens from just 200,000 years ago. So it's pretty exciting. There's a lot of analysis that still needs to be done, and trying to determine, exactly how old these bones are and stuff. But I thought it was pretty cool that, we're discovering, like more about our ancestors.
Tony, did you get a science boner?
Not as many as these guys. Hey.
Aliens.
So did it say kind of what makes them different from like Homo erectus or like Neanderthals or whatever?
Well, yeah, so they were saying, like, for instance, like the pelvis and shoulder are more ape-like, while the feet are more like Homo sapien-like. They think that the creatures were like 5 feet tall and weighed 100 pounds. But they, the analysis they've done so far.
So they would have been great gymnasts.
Exactly. They figured, it's in the same genus Homo as people, not so much like apes. So,
That's pretty awesome. Wow.
Yeah. So it should be more interesting news to come out of this story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's see what that group does once again that says, the Earth's only been around for 10,000 years.
The devil put dinosaurs here.
No, there was no such thing as dinosaurs. Those bones are artificially made in a lab.
So now we get a new type of zombie.
Yes.
Ancient zombies.
Rise from your grave.
I'm surprised nobody's actually like tried to do that. Like a zombie story, but instead of like human zombies or whatever, like caveman zombies.
But they're just bones. That's all it is. It wouldn't be zombies. It'd just be skeletons.
Well, fuck you.
And like they said,
It'd be like Army of Darkness.
and like they said in like Scary Movie 2, like, oh my god, it's chasing me. And they're like, oh shit, what is it? And they look around and they say, she's like, it's just an old bag of bones. It's like, watch, I'm gonna take his leg. Takes the leg out and the whole thing crumbles down. It's like, I'm gonna get you all.
Oh man, I never thought I would think about that movie again.
Spinal!
I love that movie.
It is.
Come on.
The first two are the best.
Yeah,
When they were the Wayans brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, part 2 with the pair of fucking balls that were the knocker on the door. Ah! Ah! Love it.
Oh man.
So, Dan, what topic did you bring this week?
All right, I've got something that I thought was kind of fun. First off, let me preface this by asking you guys, what is your preferred hot dog topping? Dave, what do you think?
This is a contentious topic. I know there's an authority out there on hot dogs, like National Hotdog Association.
Yeah, I was actually going to get into that in a minute.
Yeah.
Just what's your favorite topping, though?
It's got to be I love Chicago hot dogs.
Can you describe what that is?
It's like a poppy seed bun. The whatever style of sausage that they use is just amazing. They usually put a pickle, a sliced pickle in there. They put
Usually tomato.
a tomato, and I want to say like a jalapeno pepper and something else. And I think there's mustard in there. And it's so good. And like you can't really get that here in South Florida at all. The closest thing that we have to that is like at Sonic's.
That's true.
But they use the poppy seed bun, but they use the same sausage, same hot dog that they use in everything, and it's not the same.
Dogma on kind of by Key Biscayne does a Chicago dog just like that.
Like the best kind of Chicago dog they have is usually ranked as Portillo's in Chicago, and they're actually opening a store in Tampa.
Really?
In 2016. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make a road trip for that.
It's pretty awesome.
Because I love telling the story of when 2 of my friends came down from Chicago a few years ago. The last thing they did before they got to the airport was they stopped at Portillo's, picked up 10 hot dogs, so I could tell my family, so my family could try it. Because I always told them, I was like, these are the hot dogs that we need to try and make, and yeah, they were pretty amazed.
Nice, dude. That's awesome.
They had to go through security with hot dogs.
That's cool.
So,
What'd you have in your pants there, boy? Bunch of wieners.
Yeah, man. Wiener part.
it was in a soft cooler, though. I will say that.
There you go. That works. What about the rest of you guys? What do you prefer?
Mine's easy. I'm sure everyone knows it here. Chili cheese. Chili.
Okay.
Awesome chili on a dog.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Oh, I was going to say cheese.
Yeah. Okay.
What kind of cheese?
American. Just American cheese on it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, well.
I like that.
I'm not a big fan of hot dogs.
Like, if you're gonna have one,
Yeah, right.
what would you put on it?
No, it's true, man. Like, I'd much rather have a burger or
Yeah, he doesn't
anything
get
else.
up for
Yeah,
it.
like,
When I make the chili dogs, you'll have it.
All right.
Load it up.
Well, you know, okay. That's interesting that none of you guys, said what I would have expected. I mean, I figured most people say, oh, they like to put ketchup on there.
No,
But actually, yeah. The National Hotdog Council, which is a real thing, they said never use ketchup when you're over the age of 18 on your hot dog. It is simply unacceptable. They say, they actually say the only wet topping that besides like a chili that you can use is mustard.
Mustard. Yeah.
And this is from the
so
National
no like
Hotdog
relish
Council.
either.
Yeah, no, they count relish separate from wet condiments.
So no mayo.
No, I wouldn't put mayo on a hot dog. They actually say,
Do people do that?
Yeah, I've seen people do that.
they actually
I mean,
say,
the
yeah.
pink sauce like that they do at the Colombian hot dogs. That's
oh my god,
that's mayo
salsa
based.
rosado.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, it's like a ketchup mayo mix kind of,
No, but
but it has
there's
like some sweetness too.
Yeah, there's like pineapple in it. Oh,
yeah, it's amazing.
I wanna
But
go
what
there
they're
tonight.
saying is, relish, onions, and sauerkraut are kind of in the same like dry group. But then they say as wet condiments, really only mustard and chili are acceptable according to the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council. And they also follow this with other hot dog etiquette rules, which say utensils should never touch it. You should only use your hands. And don't take more than 5 bites to finish the dog. And
so don't ever
Hello,
eat a
deep
foot
throat.
and a half long.
well, they actually say if you use a foot-long wiener, that 7 bites are acceptable.
Oh, okay.
So I guess, yeah, this
Deep
is
throat.
these are their words. And actually, going back to your mentioning of Clint Eastwood in Dirty Harry, he actually said, "Never put ketchup on hot dogs." There was something about that, and I just thought it was
With a
interesting.
very squinty look.
Yeah,
Are you putting ketchup on that?
punk.
Punk.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting because a lot of people do, dog and ketchup, and they're doing it wrong.
It's like, Harry, I'm going to put ketchup on the dog. Go ahead. Make my day.
I was gonna say I sounded more like Duke Nukem instead of fucking.
Flips around.
Yeah,
two
so it's not a big
ketchups.
difference.
Yeah, it is pretty similar.
You're putting ketchup on the hot dog. I'm gonna have to kill you. Sorry, that's my Duke Nukem.
All right.
Oh yeah, feels good. Yeah.
Just keep tapping the space bar to throw dollar bills at the strippers.
Yeah, or go to the urinal.
Yeah.
Oh, that feels good.
To refill your energy.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, man.
I don't know why more games don't have that feature.
Duke Nukem 3D was a hell of a game back in the day.
Yeah, they're gonna make another one.
Finally.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Forever.
No, that one came out.
They
and it
finally
sucked.
made Duke Nukem Forever. And, yeah, after talking about it for like a decade and a half, it came out and it flopped.
Yeah, because they were taking out old shit that didn't work. But the guy actually bought the franchise, and he's like, "I'm gonna reboot it and do it right." So interesting.
So here's my question. Is there a National Chipotle Foundation that determines what are acceptable Chipotle fillings?
I would
yes,
imagine that
yes,
is-
it's called anything that can make you shit.
That's all of them.
That's everything.
That's everything. I mean, I would assume it would be like Chipotle HQ, like, their Twitter.
I want to throw this out there. Have you guys ever been to Cantina Grill?
Actually, yeah, I went once. It was really good, man.
That place is so good.
Yeah, it's got the freshest veggies I've seen anywhere.
And it's so good.
I finally went to the new Taco Rico that just opened up by me. Yeah,
Actually-
Taco Rico.
that
actually-
wet burrito.
Actually, the Cantina Grill, there's one right by your house.
Yeah,
And if you haven't been, you need to go.
yeah, it's on my list.
Yeah, it's wow. I would say their quesadilla like filled me up,
Wow, that's serious.
and I can eat. And I was hungry. So before we continue to the next topic, we were on our fourth beer of the night.
All right, so I brought from Unibrew from Canada the Grand Reserve, the number 17. It's a dark ale with spice and aged in French oak.
It's pretty good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, quality as usual from Unibrew. Those guys, they know how to make their beers, especially like their strong ones.
highly underrated brewery, in my opinion. I don't think they get enough.
It's true. It's because they've been around so long and just been like producing quality for.
Well, I think the reason they don't get much respect is because you could probably some people might look at their name and just think they're unibrow.
Yeah.
So it's made with eyebrows.
No, I think it's that they're Canadian.
It's true.
Oh, our poor Canadian friends getting thrown under the bus again.
The last big one that they had was Le Fin du Monde.
Yeah, Fin du Monde's like one of my favorite beers of all time.
Oh, the
Really?
Trois Pistole.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Love that.
Everything they make is good.
It's funny because I'm really not crazy about them.
I mean, everything they make is solid to like really good.
Like
I mean-
if you're into Belgian style beers, like they're as good as anyone.
Okay, so we're on to me tonight, and I don't think we've had a couple rounds of this before, but never we're gonna have an in-depth round of Would You Rather.
Was this rapid fire? Or?
We can do rapid fire, but some of these are going to be could be debatable.
So dilemmas.
Yeah. So we're going to go back to an earlier episode where Nicolas Cage was brought up, and I'd have to ask you guys: would you rather have never have internet access again, or have Nicolas Cage always within 1 meter of you, or 3 feet?
I wouldn't mind having Nicolas Cage near me. Fuck that.
When you're taking a shit,
I don't care.
and he's in the bathroom with you,
He can narrate it for me.
you want him to watch you crap.
I don't care.
And then
I'd handle that to be able to.
And then
have
he
internet.
reached back and flushed the toilet while it's still in the seat.
We need to steal the Declaration of Independence.
My hair's a bird.
The face came off.
You know what though, dude? I can't go without internet access, so I'll deal with Nick Cage watching me poop.
That was my Nick Cage spaz out right there. Everybody.
Yeah, so
Although I don't
they
know-
could change the Jeff Goldblum poster to
Nicolas
Nicolas
Cage,
Cage looking
yes.
at you, doing the Castro Troy face.
Yes.
Although I don't know how I feel
I'm
about
watching you poop.
going to sleep and having my wife and then me and then Nick Cage.
Yep. And he'd be there with you. Just there. Forever.
Yeah, I guess I'd just have to live without internet.
Because it's not like you couldn't have someone else look it up, something up for you.
Mm.
What about you, JJ?
Yeah, exactly. And be like, hey, if you're gonna hang around with me all the time, that means you're paying for everything. I'm going on vacation and you're paying.
No, that doesn't work that way.
Yeah, he's like
He's
bankrupt.
not going on vacation. You're going with him. It'd be if you're going on vacation, he can afford it. He's not. If you're going to dinner, he's not paying for your dinner. He's just within a meter of you.
I'd find a way to coerce him into it.
We're gonna have to steal the Chipotle burrito.
I think it would just be worth it for that.
What about you, Jose?
He's just gonna steal everything.
Which would you
No, I would
choose?
have Nicolas Cage. I can't live without my internet. I need my internet.
He might be a fun guy to hang out with. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. He might be a party guy that pulls all the chicks. They like bird hair.
Right? And if you're like having sex with a girl, you know, like you can do other stuff to her.
Deeper. That's right, Tony. Deeper.
That's the worst Nick Cage fucking voice I've ever heard, dude.
Yeah, I don't do a good Nick.
Okay, so how about this one? This is not so much Okay, no, it's actually a pretty bad one. Would you rather legally change your last name to Hitler, or never drink beer again?
Ooh.
And you take a sip of beer, just a drop, you're dead.
Fuck it, I'll change my name.
Yeah,
Yep, changing my name.
Name.
Hitler.
You're all alcoholics.
No, I just don't want to die.
Yeah, I don't want to end the podcast.
And I don't want to die.
Yeah, I don't want my liver to be suddenly like, what's happening? There's no more beer coming to me.
I'm pretty sure we could all change the podcast to Whiskey Bros and BS or something along those lines. Gin Bros and BS.
Oh, okay. Well, if it was no alcohol whatsoever.
I didn't. Then so be it. Clean living it is.
No, I would change my name.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a name.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the past.
I'm not that Hitler.
Yeah, exactly. The past is the past. Hey,
Good
come
luck.
on.
Good luck proving that.
Everyone knows I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
Why,
He's
why would
dead.
anyone have to prove that?
That's why you grow the bottom of your goatee and not the top.
Exactly.
I see the resemblance.
And you know, there's also the Jewish factor. So,
Well, he was his mother was half.
well,
So,
Plus, he's not a corpse. He's not a skeleton walking around.
what, the offspring
What about the offspring?
of Hitler, maybe that's what you are.
His love child.
Yeah, you can't unprove it.
Well, his kid would be like 75 years old right now. Probably. If he had one around like that time.
Yeah, so he, or 60s, or
Maybe.
Whatever. I would take the name.
Yeah,
that would
exactly.
be-
Here's the conversation. Wow, your last name is Hitler? Yeah, I know it sucks, but whatever. Let's get on with
Are
our
you
lives.
related to
Yeah, I know it sucks.
Bring me
Let's
my
have a
beer.
And then, yeah. Are you related to him? No, I'm
Nope,
not.
no relation.
Fuck you, you're lying. Boom. Enjoy your beer then.
There we go. That escalated quickly.
Yeah.
Good thing there's no one out there hunting ex-Nazis or anything.
Like the United States government.
Or the Israeli government.
Or the inglorious bastards.
Yeah. Good luck getting a beer with a swastika on your forehead. Hitler's.
Wait, that wasn't part of it.
Yeah. Now you're adding things to it. You have to wear a uniform. You have
Well,
a
it's what-
swastika on
It's
your
what they're
head.
going to do to you. And
Miami,
they're going to be hunting you if your name's Hitler.
Miami is a peaceful place.
Exactly. Everyone's nice here in Miami.
Okay, then this will be a quick one. If would you rather lose $1,000 or all of your phone's contacts? Dan.
Oh, dude, I'll lose my contacts. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, dude, give me the money. Show me the money. I know all my friends' phone numbers.
Yeah, I'll lose all my phone's contacts because either way my wife has all my friends' contacts.
Yeah, I have a friend that has. We all have mutual friends.
Good point.
It's
You
like,
just go on Facebook and be like, I lost my phone numbers. Everyone message me.
Yes, I lost my phone. Message me with your number.
Would you rather be the richest person in the world or be immortal?
Richest person.
Immortal.
Richest person. I might not want to live forever. I might get bored of it. But if I can't stop and I'm cursed with staying there forever, that might actually get boring.
Yeah, but the richest person, you could die tomorrow. So you would be the richest person for a day.
Well, I mean, I'll make it work.
And plus, after a while,
Be a good
people catch on to me that I'm immortal and be like, okay, I'm an entity. I'm gonna fucking get money for this.
There can be only one Highlander.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna
If
go
I was
there.
going to be immortal, I would stay away from that, though. Because
That'd be cool to hey, you're immortal and you can hang around to see how the Earth, how will Earth end?
I would be immortal,
Pretty
but I
cool.
would probably be more just casual.
Right? Then when
about
Earth
it.
ends and you're just floating around space, fuck, this sucks.
Dude, I would love that shit. I'd be like, ooh, more constellations, more stars.
I'd be like, yeah, but I don't have the internet.
Dude,
I can't look at cat pictures.
Would you rather give up alcohol for a year or give up your smartphone for a month?
Give up my phone.
Phone.
Wow.
phone.
Phone.
Tony?
Unless it's fantasy football time, then no, I need my phone.
You don't really. You can just go on your computer on Saturday.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, that's
on
true.
Thursday afternoon, rather.
Yeah, that's true. All right, yeah, phone.
Yeah, I think the phone for a month, just because you could still get online otherwise. But
Do they still have payphones, by the way?
No.
Do those work?
if it was the same amount of time, a year of each one,
No. It's a year of alcohol or a month of your phone.
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 I probably would do the phone. But I probably, I don't think I would mind giving up alcohol for a year either.
I did it for 3 months one
I'd-
time.
I'd
It
be
wasn't
okay
that
with
bad.
Maybe I'd lose some damn weight.
I would do the alcohol.
Yeah, no, man. I'm going to give up my phone. Fuck that.
I hate phones.
I'm not on it that much.
Okay. So would you rather experience a sharp pain in your side each time someone says your name or have a bell sound each time you are aroused?
The bell.
Yeah, the bell. 'Cause
The
Yeah.
bell, that's kind of hilarious. I'll
It's-
be like, oh, hi, it's my boner.
Boner alert.
Yeah, so
I would just chuckle each time I get a boner.
So how would you
The only thing
explain
that
that
would-
bell sound in an interview? You're sitting there and just get a random boner and ding.
I'm excited. I'm really excited about this job, sir.
Would you please? I asked you to turn off your cell phone before. That wasn't my cell phone. Then what the hell was that? That was an ethereal bell that sounds each time I'm aroused.
Yeah.
It was just dick.
Well, thanks for coming in. We'll be sure to be in contact, JJ.
Yeah, that's why I work from home. The bell can go off as many times, but family members calling my name, it would be an endless sharp pain 24/7.
Yeah. Yeah, why would I if I have the choice to like not have to go through a pain, then yeah, man, I'll do the bell one for sure.
Yeah, I've gone through enough pain in my life. Give me the bell boner.
It'd be like
bell.
12 o'clock every day for you.
That's fine, man.
Maybe Santa can put you in the front of his sleigh.
Okay. Would you rather be able to speak fluently every language in the world or be the best at the world in something of your choosing?
Ooh, I'd rather be best at the world at something I choose.
What?
Cooking.
That's interesting.
I'd be best at the world in knowing everything. So I would get like the languages plus one.
No, that's impossible. It's one or the
No
other.
point.
One can't get you the other.
So I can say I'm best at the world at remembering everything that I've ever seen.
No,
You said I could be best
because
at
then that would be the language. You can't acquire the language that way. So you could do that, and you could know that word, but you wouldn't know what it means, so you couldn't speak it.
This is flawed.
Yeah, I feel like you're putting rules on the question here. That
Well,
weren't there
yes.
before.
The questions that I'm coming up with, I am putting rules on them. You are correct in this.
All right, let me think about it.
I
So
would wanna
basically, just get like, the best at some skill.
Sure.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So you could be the best podcaster in the world,
Or the best brewer.
or the best brewer, or know every language. So if you were to ever travel in your life, which I don't know if you ever want to do,
I might do that at some point.
if you're done giving herpes alpacas, but
And eating hamster and monkey
Never
brains.
never say never. Could I be the best at business? So,
yes, but you wouldn't speak every language in the world.
But then if I was the best at business, I'd be like mega rich and I could just hire translators anywhere I needed them.
Yes, that is true, but you wouldn't understand that you say, I hate this guy.
And then the other guy's like,
what'd he
yeah,
say?
I hate
He
him
would give
too.
a fuck counting all the
And what'd
money.
he say? And what'd he say? No, because at that point he'd have all the money. He'd just want respect, and he wouldn't have the respect. And it would drive him crazy. So at which point you would kill yourself and you wouldn't have any of that money anymore.
Nope.
Oh.
let me cry my respect tears with all these $100 bills.
No, I'd definitely take the skill.
So what would your skill be? Hose?
Sucks.
It's not a bad skill to have, but I'm already pretty good.
Boom. Technicality.
Yeah, you saw him with the pencil thing going like this on the table. Thought he was gonna break it.
No, I'd probably be more interested in what I do as my crafts and programming and advancement technology.
I got a look when I said cooking.
You'd be the best at programming?
Well, well, not programming itself, but
Because that's
technology and
included in
algorithms.
every language in the world.
I feel
You
like
wouldn't be able to know all the different programming languages.
you'd rather be like the best brewer in the world so you could make like badass beer.
Well, that too. It's either that or the other one.
Right, because then that could be your job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I could always program inside anyway.
Yeah. So when I said cooking, I got looks. Were you guys expecting me to say something different?
No, man, I think that was cool.
Oh, okay.
I would actually say that I would want to be the best at gambling or playing the lottery.
Well
Yeah.
played.
So
sir.
you would have a 51% chance of winning.
At anything.
Fuck,
At roulette.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
51%.
I'll take it.
Okay, and the final one. Would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death? We're getting serious now.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll go with date of the death.
Tony,
That's a good question.
I took it to a dark place.
Yeah, why are we ending on a sad note?
We're not ending this yet.
I don't know. I feel like the cause would be a good one to know either.
Yeah, because then you could try and avoid it, but would avoiding it cause it?
And then make something else happen? Like Final Destination?
No, but you know the cause of it. So.
I know. I rather know what my expiration date is.
Yeah.
Then I can party
True.
up until that point.
I guess
Nah.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
I'd
I was
rather-
thinking the cause because the same type of thing. Like, if I get my cause of death and it's like
2 weeks from now.
a lion,
I'm never
Of all the things you could have picked,
I'm never leaving my apartment.
the lion escaped from Metro Zoo
Well, if
and
I know
walked
that,
all the way over here
I
through
would
the
avoid,
traffic.
Avoid trips to Africa. Like
well, if I knew the
I
cause
would
of my
do that
death,
anyway.
I'm probably just gonna get something like heart attack.
Yeah.
And,
I'll probably just
stupid
choose.
things.
For me, I would just probably choose cause of death because I would just be so anxious that I'm gonna die. So, and start freaking out
Yeah.
like weeks later, and it's like a countdown, and it drives you mad. So,
No, you
I'd go
just
with
party harder.
Yeah,
to
man.
the date.
I would go with the knowing the date as well, because then it's like, okay, man, that's the deadline, literally. So let me live it up until then.
Yeah, I would probably agree with you. Closer on that subject, Dan.
Yeah.
It'd be like, so I know that I'm going to die in 15 years in a car accident. So until then, I'm untouchable. Well, let's see about that.
Well, but wait, you don't know how you're gonna die if you know the.
But I know I'm going to die in 15 years. So I know I can go skydiving now. I know I can be reckless now because
Yeah, the date's better.
Yeah.
and I still think the cause is better because I could just be, well, I don't know when I'm gonna die. I just know that I'm gonna die eventually.
I got a
this,
good one for this.
so-
Just real quick. What would you do on your final day? Dave. Be like, I'm dying tomorrow. This is it. This is my final 24 hours. What's going to be your big fucking hurrah? Go on a blaze of glory.
I don't think I'd want to say it on air. I've told my family members and some of my friends what I would do. I don't think I want to repeat that on air. I want a recording of this.
Anybody want to give that one up?
I'd have sex with Scarlett Johansson.
But you can't.
You'd probably get shot before that happened, but
Yeah.
and that would be the way you'd go.
Yeah, you die a day
No,
earlier.
but I know the day that I'm dying. We already know this.
If Scarlett Johansson's
So what you should say is
hearing out
I
this-
would attempt to, is what you should say.
well,
Wait,
no,
you're gonna have nothing to lose, so you might as well go for it.
exactly.
I would commit like every crime there is, because who fucking cares? Yeah.
Because you will be known as a terrible fucking person.
Welcome to the purge.
And you shall shame your family.
Besides, I'm sure she'll, eventually succumb to my legendary prowess as a lover.
Yeah, exactly. If you knew, and if it was known that you were going to die the next day, maybe it'd be kind of like make a wish. So that be your last.
I kind of doubt that.
That's fucked up, man.
Jose?
Actually, I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if I could
Sucks.
go out and yeah. Yeah.
You better not say you'd write a fucking program. Kick your ass.
Or
I'd
brew.
write a program that
brew a
would change
beer.
the world.
Brew a beer. My last batch.
There you go, the death beer.
The death batch.
That could be kind of cool though. It's like this is the last thing I'm doing. Enjoy it.
And then they put your ashes inside.
Spice with
I don't
Jose's
think-
ashes.
I don't think I would drink that. Maybe
Hey,
I would.
but-
I don't know.
Would you drink beer made with yeast from a person's beard?
No.
They did do that, and that's disgusting.
Yeah, it's a rogue beer.
Of course it's rogue.
So, we're actually on our final beer of the night, and that one was brought to you by yours truly. It's Devil Dancer by Founders Brewing out of Grand Rapids. It's a
Michigan.
triple. Yeah, Michigan. Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Thanks, Tony.
You're welcome. That's your geography lesson for the day.
It would be on the left-hand side of the glove mitt that is the state of Michigan in the shape. It's a triple IPA coming in at 12%. Normally when I taste it, I get a little bit of hop, definitely hoppiness. It's kind of piney. What do you all think?
Yeah, I was just about to say the piney. Yeah, you definitely get that. It hides the 12% very well.
That is quite potent.
Yeah, and compare it.
I'll say you can definitely taste the alcohol in this one.
Yeah, I think you can taste it.
Well, oh, okay, there it is. it just kind of hit me. So
Yeah, this will get you drunk.
yeah, But I mean,
Kronk.
in comparison to, there was one, it was a triple IPA from, Southern Tier? No. I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm getting thrown off on my, beers here. But there were,
You've been drinking.
dude, man. So, as soon as I think of it, go ahead, though.
What do you think, Jose?
Very boozy. It's very hot. But also it tries to balance out a little bit with the citrusy of the IPA, but it's still if you take too much of a swig, it's very, very hot and comes out of your nose like that phenolic alcohol. But I like it.
It's almost like a barley wine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man, I get that vibe from it as well.
But at 12%, I'll drink a couple of these and call it a night.
Does that say 112 IBUs?
Probably it does.
Damn.
Yeah, it does.
That's pretty insane.
Do you want to go ahead and tell
Well, you
everyone
need
what
to
an
have that-
IBU is?
I'll let you do it, Tony.
International.
I know we've covered this
International bitterness
Bitterness.
unit
That's right.
that's measured out from. It basically just calculates out how much alpha acids
Right.
your
How much
the
ass?
alpha acids that the
Asses?
yeah alpha acids.
before. Alpacas?
So it's basically how much
Alpaca
hop
herpes?
oils end
Hey,
up
Willie,
getting in the
look
beer.
at my ass. Ah!
The
So this brings us to what burns your bacon. Tonight, Tony, what burns your bacon?
Excuse me.
Coughing burns my bacon.
Yeah, so especially when we're recording. So this week, what burns my bacon comes to us from the world of Harry Potter, and it's the rules of Quidditch. Now, for anyone who is not a fan of Harry Potter, Quidditch is like the wizarding sport, and it's basically like soccer on brooms,
Or hockey
right?
with 3 goals.
Yeah. But the basic gist, it's like soccer on brooms, right? They fly around and they try to score goals with the ball.
Unless you catch the snitch and you win the game.
I'm getting to that, right? And that's what burns my bacon. The object or the game ends. There's like another ball that flies around called the golden snitch. And catching the golden snitch ends the game and earns the team that catches it 150 points. Whereas a regular goal is worth 10 points. So basically, you win if you get the snitch. So, unless you're losing by more than 15 goals, the main object is to catch the snitch, and you win. It's like way too skewed in favor of catching the snitch. And, it basically makes the whole rest of Quidditch pointless. And that burns my bacon.
so basically your bacon is burnt when it's an
Jimmy's
unbalanced
face
game.
right now is killing me.
Like the objectives of the game is unbalanced towards one thing
Yes.
and one thing only, and everything else doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, it's
I
basically
kind of
like,
agree.
like catching the snitch is worth a bajillion points.
Yeah,
But let's do all this other stuff where we're trying to score like 10 points at a time. Like, who cares about that? Your whole strategy should be focused on catching the snitch.
If that was equated into our world with,
Football?
there's a soccer game. Let's say there's a soccer game going on, and there was a greased up guy on coke, and if running around the stadium, and if the manager of the team, whichever manager can catch him first, wins the game, can tackle him and bring him down,
And that
Win
was
the
worth
game?
15 goals.
I would watch that immediately.
Wasn't that on Family Guy? The
Yeah.
greased up deaf guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
But this would be a greased up guy on coke, and having the managers chase him.
Oh, Jesus.
So I would absolutely watch. I mean, I already do watch soccer as it is, but I would watch every fucking game to see, one of these managers in a suit tackle a greased up guy.
Okay, but bringing that analogy further.
well, it would be like if
Your whole point would be to catch the greased up guy. The rest of the whole soccer game would be irrelevant.
But the games didn't always end that way. With someone catching the snitch, the golden
Yeah,
snitch.
sometimes it'll fly away.
No, that is how it
I guess
ends.
the analogy in
Every
football
single game?
would be
Yeah, that's how the game ends.
if
But
like,
not every team is equal. For instance, as far as I know, the Hufflepuff team was not very good. So it's possible that they might have had 15 or 16 goals scored on them.
Yeah, that's like the only way that, scoring goals, regular goals is more important than catching the snitch, as if it's, more than 15 goals, better than the other team.
I guess the analogy would be as if a touchdown were 7 points and a field goal were 1 point. Everybody would just go on it for fourth down rather than try and kick any field goal on fourth.
Well, odds are in your favor to do it in anyway, though. To continue for it.
Yeah, to continue forward.
Yeah.
It's actually much higher.
Yeah, the odds of
Completing
are better.
fourth.
Anyway, too many points awarded for catching the golden snitch. That's what burns my bacon.
Okay.
Quidditch rules are fucking stupid.
Which is why we have the 3-point rule in basketball.
Which is why this is completely fantastical.
It is not real.
Okay, Jose, what burns your bacon?
What burns
Wait,
my-
hold on. Excuse me, Jose. Are you telling me that Harry Potter is not real? That Lord Voldemort did not almost take over the world?
You mustn't speak of his name.
Yeah,
We-
I think I am saying that. Yeah.
Actually, it just came out that J.K. Rowling just said that the way they pronounce Voldemort in the movies is actually wrong. So it begs to differ. Why would she not mention anything when after 8 fucking films came out?
Because it's probably
She was making that money.
yeah, well, that too. But no, it's like Volder cunt or something like that.
That sounds like the Voltron porn.
Dan would absolutely write, direct, and produce that film.
Yeah.
Boulder cunt.
And I'll form the head.
Sounds like a
look,
a
it's
strip
a
club in
snake.
Germany. It's a German strip club. Walderkund.
What the guns?
Oh man.
So, Jose, what burns your bacon?
What burns my bacon is when you're about to leave office or work and you just have that one last minute, people that call you back into work and it ends up being like an hour later that you end up leaving. I'm like, I was just about to leave, just right now. And I feel bad because this usually also happens in the service industry where oh, well, you're waiting your table and then somebody comes in and you have to wait one more table and you have to wait that whole entire time until that person finishes. So that kind of burns my bacon. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, can't you just stay fuck your other plans that you're going to have, just get on over here and do this. So that kind of burns my bacon a little bit, because they usually wait until the last minute until they come with you with these issues.
I hear you on that one, brother.
Yeah, man.
For me, what burns my bacon is when someone calls your phone and you answer and they don't say anything back. It's obviously a wrong number,
Butt dial.
and they just no. It's
Oh, okay.
it's not a friend. It's
Okay.
they dial a wrong number and they they get me. I'm like, hello. I'd much rather hear, oh, sorry, wrong number, and then hang up or
Yep.
anything. I don't know. I just poor phone etiquette. Burns my bacon.
Hello?
Yeah, I mean, on a similar one to that is, especially for my job, it says, hey, I'm either on the other line or you've called after business hours, leave a message. They wait through this whole long thing, the whole spiel, like, hey, what kind of cruise are you looking for, blah, blah, blah. And then it's just silence for 3 minutes. Hello? My name's blah, 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 Bob. I'm looking for a cruise. Call me back. Thank you. No phone number.
Wow.
Seems interesting. If
Then they
it'd
get
be-
mad
it'd
at
be
you for
weird.
not calling back.
Yes! And then they call me the next day. I left you a message.
Bob, blah, Bob.
Blah,
Oh,
blah,
yeah,
blah.
you're blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, man. I didn't get in time.
You should be careful. I think he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
He has a law blog.
Blobs and blobs.
For those that, not knowing it, Arrested Development.
Everyone should know Arrested Development.
So, Dan, what burns your bacon?
What burns my bacon is kind of a random one this week, but it's video game movies. So like, they're almost always awful.
Street Fighter.
You know, and I mean, they're just all bad. I mean,
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat was
is the only.
terrible.
The
dude.
first one is the only good one. The sequel to
it did
is
not
terrible.
age well, man. If you go back and watch that, it's
I still watch
absolutely
it.
horrible.
Part 2 is awful.
Dude,
Yeah,
they're
part 2 is awful,
all
but the
bad.
part 1 is more like Enter the Dragon, like a kung fu movie.
So
I feel
you're
like.
telling me that Raiden was a white guy?
Yeah, it was the Highlander guy.
He was,
Yeah. Christopher Lambert.
Yeah.
There can be only one.
But dude, I mean,
Mortal Kombat.
there's so many
Tournament winner.
shitty video game
Doom
movies.
was shitty.
Can you besides
Doom, they had like a big story plot. They have a book on Doom,
Yeah,
and they chose that shit.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I was just so disappointed.
It could have been better, but can you name a good video game movie? I mean, Mortal Kombat you mentioned, fine, but is
A
there
lot of
any
people. A lot of people like Tron. I don't.
Is that really? That's not really based on.
Um,
I guess
What
kind
about
of, yeah.
Pixels?
I like
Mm.
Tron, the second Tron.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
That one was pretty good.
I mean, it's
Like the
not
new
based on a video game,
But I
but
get
it was a
what-
video
yeah.
game movie. The
Oh, Tron kind of works. Okay.
dude, with the big dude and fuck.
Mallrats.
No, it's the video.
Wreck-It
Mario-
Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah,
That movie.
Wreck-It Ralph is
Yeah,
actually
that
cool.
was actually
Sure.
a good movie.
Mario Brothers flopped totally.
Oh,
Everybody
man.
as a
Yeah.
kid that lived in the 90s was like, yeah, I'm going to see Super Mario Brothers live
Yeah.
action now. It's like,
It
flop,
was
and-
so bad.
and then I knew what disappointment was like.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
for me, I think I'd have to say, I'm gonna say it now, but I haven't. Obviously, it's not even out yet. But it'd be Assassin's Creed with Michael Fassbender,
Yeah,
That's
that's
g-
probably going to be really
That's the one that's gonna break the mold.
because
Yeah.
they
I
had
did not
a
know that this was being made.
good. Yeah.
I love Assassin's Creed.
and Michael Fassbender is the assassin,
Yeah.
and they actually have pictures out of.
So
him
is it going to
in
be? Is it going to follow any of the game stories, or it's going to be a whole new story?
It's its own, but the same concept of like someone's being used in the future to use the ancestor to, find a secret relic.
And there was actually a
Because I would like to see like an Ezio Auditore movie.
I'd say there's actually like there's an Ezio movie already, a short film of like maybe 15, 20 minutes long of Ezio that happens before his first game, and it's live action mixed with CGI, and it's kind of looks like how what was that movie? Robert Downey Jr. was in it that they applied those shitty filters to
Oh my god.
try and make it
I
look
know
like
what you're talking about.
like a comic book.
Oh.
Oh, was that
A Scanner Darkly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they kind of make it look like that. Not that comic book like, but they make it look so that it's kind of CGI, but it's actual people. And they use that kind of thing, and it's a lead in. It's on YouTube, and it's a lead in into must be Assassin's Creed 2, whichever one had Ezio in the beginning, because it leads up to, because he got into a fight and the guards were messing with him, and that's when he was detained is when his family was killed.
Oh.
And it leads into that, like his dad rushing home, like, we got to get the family out of here. Get Ezio. Where's Ezio? And that's when he's doing his thing, flaunting out with the women and everything. It's like, I want to say it's like 15 or 20 minutes. You can find it on YouTube.
You're
That's
gonna have
cool.
to look that up. That sounds pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
So it's like before he becomes an assassin.
Yeah, it's what leads up to Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah. Since that.
Oh, sorry, spoiler alert.
Yeah. Since the Assassin's Creed with Fassbender's coming out, the one that I was waiting for, I was like, this is gonna be the one that's gonna be a good video game movie. Is when we're talking about the BioShock movie.
Mm.
And
That'd be cool.
That's definitely so cinematic. It's like ripe for a
yeah, that setting, and they were saying it was going to be R-rated, super dark, and I forgot who they said was going to be behind it. One of the people originally was going to be Brockheimer, so they were going to make it like super actiony, and someone picked it up like, no, this isn't Pirates of the Caribbean. So, and then someone else picked it up that was pretty good, and the studio was like, no, there's not enough of a fan base behind it. Spielberg's Halo is still coming out though, so that I'm waiting for, but that's gonna be a TV show.
Too, though.
And I actually thought of one that I liked was Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I never got around to seeing it.
Well, it really showcased more like the CGI.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
about.
it wasn't really like live action,
Really.
but it was still.
Well, it doesn't need to be live action.
Well, technically, Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
Was there a movie?
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
one. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake
was-
Gyllenhaal.
Oh, that's right. I never.
He
saw
was
it.
the prince.
Yeah. That wasn't very good either.
No, but
It wasn't terrible, but
yeah, exactly. It's not Street Fighter. Street Fighter is the worst possible game that you can actually adapt to a movie. They've already tried to do it twice. It's not possible.
yeah, they did it with Tekken. It was awful. They've done that like
They did
5 times.
DOA had a movie.
oh, but that's porn, dude.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, man. I want to see the Uncharted movie when that if they ever
yeah.
do that. That'd be amazing.
That'll be a great
Is
movie.
it gonna be Nathan Fillion? Because he looks just like him.
I think probably the best, or you could think about it, would be like the Wolverine movie, Wolverine game.
But that wasn't based on the game.
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
Yeah, the one with Sabretooth, with Leaf Schreiber.
Oh, where Deadpool didn't have a mouth.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And there was, but that game, it was like the same engine that they did the Deadpool game, and that was just blood, gory fun.
Yeah, man.
I know it's not in the works. They've talked about it a bunch, but man, would I love to see a Mass Effect movie.
Mm.
That would be.
I would love to see many Mass Effect movies
Yeah.
That would be massive.
and effective.
So let me ask you guys,
Boner Bell.
what was your favorite beer of the night?
Ooh, you know what? This is a tough one for me, actually.
All the beers were fantastic tonight.
So again, which was your favorite?
We're all deciding here.
Dude, they're all so very different. I'm gonna have to say the Distill Lindbrook Raspberry Berliner.
Tony.
I'm actually going to maybe
You're not going for the
go
Berliner.
with a surprising choice here, and I'm going to say the Oscar Blues IPA.
Shit, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh my goodness,
Really?
sourpuss
So
goes with the
not
IPA.
the sour, yeah.
Jose,
Wow, I'm surprised.
which one?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the sour. I can't believe that we can finally get sours on a can, and I can take it to the beach or like to a tailgate. Loves that sour on a can,
Yeah, they've got a few others distilled.
like
They've-
just like a small like container, like where I can just take it anywhere. It's very portable.
Yeah, you got
It's
the
very
yellow
good.
can, the green can, and
yeah,
the pink can.
they have a Goza. They have, I think, like another, like a straight Berliner, and like a
No, but this one specifically, I
another
like.
one.
Yeah, I've had the yellow one. I did. It was good, but it wasn't as good as the pink one, the one we had. I'm gonna go with Oscar Blues IPA. That is a fantastic IPA.
Not the metal red.
It's close. They're all good.
Yeah, man. Honestly, they were all great. I mean, an honorable mention to the Unibrew Grand Reserve too. That's
Yeah.
very
And
good.
I'm gonna have to go with Founders, the Devil Dancer. I love that triple IPA. It's one of my favorite IPAs.
Yeah, that is some good
Yep,
stuff.
it was awesome.
All the beers are great.
We're all winners.
Yay.
Our livers
So
slowly
Our
dying.
livers is just losers for tonight.
So remember, as always, guys, you can find us any online, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, where you can see our rankings at Beer Bros BS. Email any of your question to us, beerbrosbs@gmail.com. As always, our podcast is on SoundCloud, iTunes,
And Podcast Addict.
Yes, what Tony said.
And every single thing that we put out there is also on our website, beerbrosbs.com. I'm Dave, the Big Librarian. You can find me also contributing on toughnarl.com.
And I am Dan. You can find me online at Dan12Con.
I'm Tony. Bye-bye.
See you guys.
I'm Jose.
And I'm JJ the Male Chef.
All right, good night, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.